Good evening from Stamford Bridge as Chelsea take on Barcelona in the last 16 first leg of the Champions League, live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And I hope you can stay with me for the next 2 hours, because this may well be a hell-raising ride here at Chelsea tonight. The Champions League playing in the background as both teams line up in front of the stand away on the far side. But what a game this promises to be between two sides who really do know each other only too well. There's a lot of history between these two sides, as you may well gather. But there's a lot of mutual respect there, I'm sure, as well. Right, let's have a look at the team news for tonight's big game, our featured match in the last 16 of the Champions League. Two of the big heavyweights, Barcelona really going well at the top of their league in Spain, looking unstoppable at the moment. The likes of Messi and Suarez banging in goals left, right and centre, as we look at Lionel Messi against the Chelsea side that do look a little underwhelmed at the moment. Their lineup as follows: Thibaut Courtois in goal for Chelsea, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger are the three centre backs. Four-man midfield with Victor Moses, Cesc Fabregas, N'Golo Kante and Marcos Alonso, and then a front three of Willian, Hazard and Pedro. So Pedro up against his old club. On the bench is Caballero, Danny Drinkwater, Navarro Morata, Olivier Giroud, Zaba Costa, Gary Cahill and Hudson Odoi, and of course the coach Antonio Conte. The referee tonight, as the two teams toss up, is Kakir of Turkey, Kudet Kanir of Turkey. All the other assistants come from Turkey as well. I'm not going to go through them all, but the referee is the one you need to know, really, Kudet Kanir of Turkey. Azpilicueta is the captain, and Iniesta likewise for Barcelona as they toss for the kick-off, and what ends will attack in the first half. They are the Barcelona team, a team full of stars, and they line up as bowler with Ter Stegen in goal for them. And then it's Piqué, Rakitic, Busquets, Iniesta, Paulinho, Jordi Alba, Sergio Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. And Iniesta will play there. So Piqué and Umtiti are the two centre backs, Alba and Roberto the two wing backs, Rakitic, Sergio and Paulinho are the midfield trio. And we'll give you the Barcelona substitutes as soon as we get them as well. We had a little bit of fault there on our picture and our feed coming into from the ground. But we're all set to go here at Stamford Bridge, where truly what we hope will be 2 hours of cracking football. Nothing will be decided here at Stamford Bridge here tonight, but you can rest assured there will be drama. There's always been history when these two sides meet, and Chelsea will attack the shed end in the first half to my left in blue shirts. And here's Rudiger now on the near side for Chelsea. Barcelona in their maroon and blue shirts. Rudiger gets it back to Thibaut Courtois. But a real atmosphere around this stadium. Full house here at Stamford Bridge for the first leg of what could be an intriguing last 16 tie. They have to win this game tonight to have any chance in the second leg at the new camp in a fortnight for Chelsea. That's got to be said. Although already a free kick has gone against them from the Turkish referee. Be a big night for him as well. This is Piqué now for Barcelona, and now Samuel Umtiti on just to the far side of the penalty area. I think this will be a really thrilling encounter between two sides that will like to attack and really enjoy themselves, really, as regards a decent game of football. Although we have issues already with the live stuff at the moment, but we will endeavour to get those pictures back, and we have done. Piqué getting it back to Andre Ter Stegen, the German international, having to play second fiddle in the Germany side to Manuel Neuer, but a terrific goalkeeper in his own right. Barcelona are not really renowned for their brilliant goalkeepers in the past, but they do have a decent one here with Andre Ter Stegen. And an atmosphere really that that no money could buy here. I've got to, excuse me, I've got to tell you here, folks, that this is going to be I think this is going to be a tough night for Chelsea. They're going to be chasing the ball quite a lot. Barcelona know to keep possession as Piqué just finds his centre-back colleague in Titi. Now the ball goes over to the far side. But a lot of the focus will be on the front three, of course, of Suarez, Messi and Iniesta, of course. But I really do think this is going to be a tough night as that ball's chipped into the penalty area and Marcos Alonso can just whack it into the stand away for a throw level with the penalty area for Barcelona. We are going to be in for a thrilling ride. 90 minutes of sheer high octane football in the making here at Stamford Bridge tonight, and we really do hope it's going to be a cracking atmosphere. We enjoy football of the highest calibre, being brought to you here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. We hope tonight the great Barcelona side of many years up against it. Bayern Munich are also in action in there in the last 16 as well. We'll keep an eye on that one as well at half time and at full time as well. At the end of the match here, we're focusing on that. It's between, of course, Barcelona and Chelsea. Already a throw to Barcelona. Still 0-0 here at Stamford Bridge. A big night of European football here. Stamford Bridge, when Roman Abramovich took command, was built for nights like this. And they've had plenty of massive battles against Barcelona over the years as Barcelona try to go forward again. Chelsea get it away. We've played 3 minutes in the first half and Chelsea now on the break, as I can't get there. Well, I think there needs to be an urgency about Chelsea. They've been far off the pace, certainly in Premier League and FA Cup. They struggled the other week, of course, against Norwich in a third round replay, which had all the VAR controversy. But we haven't got the problems of VAR this time tonight. We might just have a decent game of football on our hands here. A real atmosphere to beat no other. As Iniesta keeps possession once again, the Barcelona captain. And Iniesta now to the far side. With all the attention will be on him to make the play. Of course, Sergio Busquets in the centre, of course. Rakitic here to the far side. And at the moment they're just keeping possession. And Rakitic was a little bit slow and Hazard was almost there to pounce. Hazard wins the ball. He's got Willian up in support on the far side. Can Willian get there? No. Good defending here by Jordi Alba on the far side, but only as far as Hazard is clearance. Hazard to the right of the penalty area, keeps possession. And this is good football. Fabregas, former Barcelona player. Pedro, of course, another one. Willian now has it on the far side, the Chelsea right. Fabregas edge of the Barcelona penalty area. Now it's Chelsea's turn to play the tippy-tappy football. A shot comes in and over the top from Eden Hazard from something like 20 yards out. And it had Ter Stegen scrambling away to his right-hand side. And the ball just missed the far post here by fractions. And it was almost a perfect start with 5 minutes got here at Stamford excuse me, at Stamford Bridge, and Eden Hazard came so close. So Chelsea starting the game very brightly, which they have to do. It's important they do that tonight, because as Messi comes charging forward and a through ball there tended for Suarez, cut out terrifically well by Marcos Alonso. But I have to say, this is going to be a real battle royal as that ball goes back to goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. But I think we could be in for a thrilling minute here tonight. But Barcelona are dangerous when they are attacking. And they do like to attack a lot, do Barcelona. There's no doubt about it. There's their manager. Done a good job there. The coach, Ernesto Valverde. Here's Willian now through the centre circle, away from Rakitic's advances, and he was surely tripped then. Free kick, says the Turkish referee. Jordi Alba was the man penalised. Willian really up for this one tonight. Alba really clattered into him very, very clumsily there. Took William right out there, and a definite free kick to Chelsea, some 35 yards from goal. Just to the right of centre. Fabregas possibly the man behind this, and how he'd love to do it against his old team, a team that he has a lot of affection for. Referee making sure that the Barcelona wall is sufficiently back. It's going to be Fabregas to chip it in fact, and he floated it in. It wasn't a particularly good ball, and Barcelona were able to scramble it away for a throw-in. Well, he's been off the pace, Antonio Conte, in the league. FA Cup, they're still very much alive and kicking. They beat Hull 4-0 on Friday to book their place in the quarter-finals of that competition. Lost in a dramatic semi-final in the Carabao competition to Arsenal last month. But here they are now, certainly second favourites, and it's not often you see Chelsea as second favourites in anything, but this Barcelona team, they've just ripped the Liga to shreds, quite honestly, although most of the teams can never, I mean, it'd be very difficult for Barca over two legs, certainly against Chelsea. But having said all that, Barcelona do rip the smaller teams to shreds, and so do Real Madrid to a certain degree. It's been a bit of a possession, the Spanish league for quite some time. I know the Premier League obviously is becoming a bit of a possession because Manchester City are something like 17 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Chelsea looking to qualify for the Champions League, if not win it. It's a good ball out to the far side now. A real opportunity here for William to show his stuff. Gets the ball into the penalty area. William will take the corner. And now Chelsea really asking Barcelona a whole heap of questions here. I don't think they're going to like this too much here, Barcelona. Busquets having to turn that behind for a corner. William with the corner on the right hand side, the far side, in front of the shed end where the Barcelona fans are actually congregated behind a part of. They are deadly from set plays, Chelsea, when they are on song. See what they can cook up here from this corner in towards Rudiger. And he got a free header almost, Rudiger, and not far away. He had scored a couple of goals this season for Chelsea, and he came very close here. Just needed better contact on the ball, and I think he might have been troubling the goalkeeper, but to no avail. His header was harmlessly wider to Stegen's near post, and then to Stegen dicing with depth there as the Chelsea attackers converged on him, and he managed to see his way out of that little cul-de-sac there. But Chelsea still pressing, still putting Barcelona under an awful lot of pressure, but Iniesta breaks away. Now a chance here for Messi, and Messi now chances past one, past another, and now the cross in from the right hand side and hooked away for a throw to Barcelona, level with the Chelsea penalty area. But Lionel Messi there showing his undoubted talents, and there's a reason why he's been voted FIFA Player of the Year on no less than 5 occasions, because he's a skillful individual. Never done it at World Cup level, regrettably for Argentina, but he's a real talent. Certainly when it comes to Champions League football, he really does show his class. With almost 10 minutes got here at Stamford Bridge, and I think I don't think it's going to be 0-0 for far too long. Here's Iniesta picking it up, finds Busquets. Now Rakitic takes the possession here on the in the middle. Now Messi takes it up on the right. Messi just dropping back a little bit, plays it infield, gets the ball back again. Messi now trying to free Suarez. Now Rakitic picks up the loose ball deep inside the Chelsea territory. Iniesta feeds it out to the far side, and Jordi Alba. Alba now plays the ball back, and now Busquets back to Samuel Umtiti, the French international. Now Rakitic again. This is great football. This is decent football. This for Barcelona. They just keep a possession at will here. And you can have your say tonight, folks, who has listened to the stream. Let me know what you think of the match in the comments below, and please no televised, no visual links to the game, please. Here's Iniesta now deep towards the penalty, on the edge of the penalty area, tries to play it into Suarez, but in the end Chelsea managed just about to scramble it away, and Azpilicueta with a throw to the men from Stamford Bridge. 11 minutes gone here, 0-0. But what a first half, what a match we're in for here. Remember, it's over 2 legs. The second leg to come in a fortnight's time at the Nou Camp Stadium. Long throw forward. Manchester United, of course, play Sevilla tomorrow in a big game in Spain. United a bit off the pace as well in the league. Mind you, the way Manchester City have been playing recently, you couldn't blame anybody for this. Well, we've just seen the run of Messi again. He's such a tricky little player to take the ball off, and then the ball played in very, very well. But Messi is a very deadly opponent if you give him the time and the poise and the stage to really turn it on. Chelsea have possession. Fabregas played it out to the far side. Now a chance for Hazard to cut inside. The Belgian international. Hazard towards the penalty area. Shoots and gets the ball back across. Hazard tries again. The second time tries to play the ball back. Iniesta gets it away. Then there's a handball there by N'Golo Kante, and a free kick to Barcelona about 10 yards outside the penalty area. It was a lovely football again. Lovely sweet skills here by Hazard. The pullback, there was a forest of bodies, it could have gone anywhere, and then when the ball was cleared by Iniesta, there was an arm out by N'Golo Kante. As the ball comes back to Stegen again, he's being closed down by the Chelsea attackers at every conceivable opportunity here. They're having a go here, Chelsea, there's no doubt about that. Maybe the best way to attack, maybe the best form of defence against Barcelona is to be attacking and attack Barcelona. Kante plays a ball out to the far side. Header one again. But in the end it's come away once more, and a chance now for Iniesta to break. Can't find Messi that time. The idea was good though. One ball forward towards Hazard, but Titi picks that ball up. Now Busquets. Busquets now inside the centre circle. Plays it to the right of the centre circle and finds Rakitic, and he gets it back again. They're just keeping possession now, and Rakitic just slowing everything down, just keeping it flowing here and just keeping possession. Listen, the tippy tap is great, but let's see some proper action here. Busquets just plays the ball back, and it's just keep ball here for Barcelona right at the moment. It's good if you're a fanatic of this sort of football, but we want to see goals, and at the moment the way Barcelona are going about it here, we've got a precious little chance of seeing a goal or two yet. Give it time, we've got to be patient. Barcelona have been the masters of their art for many, many years. Here they come again with Iniesta, the captain supreme of Barcelona. Picks out Rakitic. Rakitic turns, and now Piqué knocks it forward towards Messi, and then just keeps the ball going, and Piqué again, and they're just playing the ball around it well. Messi now has it inside the centre circle. Again, he's just dropping back a touch, and now a chance now for Iniesta to break. Iniesta tries to play the ball in, and in the end it's knocked away by Chelsea, but not very far. Now Rakitic still inside the Chelsea half, but not making any inroads towards the Chelsea penalty box. Still 0-0 with 14 minutes of the first half gone. A good first half here at Stamford Bridge, as Messi tries to chip that into the penalty area. Header one, and just wide of the target. Lovely football this time for Barcelona. Very patient build up, and Lionel Messi, the architect, once again gets the ball just to the right of the left of the D, plays a lovely ball in to the penalty area, and the header just wide, and it's a goal kick. Piqué wins the ball back again for Barcelona again. Just build and build and build and build, and they just love to slow the pace down and play it at their own pace and tempo, and it is great to watch if you're a neutral, you're a fanatic of that sort of football, but we want to see some goal-mouth activity here. We don't had too much of that in the opening quarter of an hour. Realistically, I know we have seen some pretty football already played in the game. Here's Messi again on the right hand side, cuts in field. Still Chelsea 0, Barcelona 0. UEFA Champions League last 16. Here's Iniesta towards the penalty area. Now a chance now, Albert's cross on the far side. Headed away, only half away by Rudiger. Suarez trying to swipe it from the edge of the penalty area. Swipe it goalwards, I should say, from the edge of the penalty area. Blocked away. Now Piqué has it, still inside the Chelsea half. And Busquets plays it out to the far side. Chelsea really now in defensive mettle against a very, very good Barcelona team. That has to be said. 0-0. Playing nearly 17 minutes of the first half here at Stamford Bridge. No breakthrough, but plenty of nice football to admire from Chelsea at the moment. As Iniesta takes up possession again. He's got Busquets and Rakitic to his right. Finds Rakitic this time. Now Messi midway inside the Chelsea half, tries to play the ball through, and the ball runs out for a goal kick. Jordi Alba was never going to catch up with that on the far side, and that was actually a poor ball by Lionel Messi's very, very high standards, and out we go for a goal kick. But Jordi Alba there, very appreciative of the pass forward, and that was good to see there. Good way to be in that sort of respect. So Antonio Conte's team holding firm still a second best to a Barcelona team that really are the beast knees, of course, in terms of La Liga at the moment. Rudiger putting that one out of play for a throw. Meanwhile, in the air, we'll just bring you up to date. There's some EFL action, some championship action taking place tonight. We'll also bring you up to date with what's happening all over the country and as well as around Europe. We've got Bayern Munich in action in their match as well. Bayern Munich 0-0 against Besiktas, but there's been a red card in that game. Vida was the last man, and he failed to get the boards. He stayed in on Lewandowski, and a red card there for the Besiktas man. So Besiktas now, as we speak, are now down to 10 men against a very, very good Bayern Munich side. It could be a tough old night for the Turkish side, I'm afraid to say. But here come Barcelona in those maroon shirts, the all maroon kit. Still 0-0 here. With nearly 20 minutes gone. Rakitic to Messi. Messi deep inside the Chelsea territory. Now finds Iniesta. Iniesta now finding Alba. Alba tries to play the ball in. Little deflection on the cross, and Azpilicueta brings it away, and then the ball gets a little ricochet and it's out for a goal kick. Manchester United play tomorrow against Sevilla. That's a big game for United, that is for sure, in terms of they need to get the win really away from home. Always a difficult one, that one. But whilst we've got a breaking player, whilst Chelsea are kicking that ball away, the ball's out of play. With 20 minutes gone here as we come up towards halfway line. 2 more commentaries coming up this weekend. First of all, the Clients match returns, which Southampton, the visitors to Turf Moor. That's at 2:50 with a kick-off at 3, live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And on the same YouTube channel, the previous day, I said 4 o'clock the other day, it's actually a 4:30 kick-off from Wembley Stadium, the 2018 Carabao League Cup final between Arsenal and Manchester City, who are now not going for the quadruple because Wigan knocked them out of the cup, and Christensen has put Chelsea in a spot above him because he's given away a needless corner. He had it on the right hand side and then miscued his clearance when he was trying to find Azpilicueta, and in the end he miscued it out of play on the far side for a corner. Coming up towards the halfway mark of the first half. Remember, 0-0 between Bayern Munich and Besiktas. Here's the corner, taken short. And they just keep a possession at will here, Barcelona. As Rakitic takes possession. Rakitic playing the ball into the penalty area. Very dangerous that was, to that ball in to the Chelsea penalty area by Rakitic, just to the left of the centre. And here they come again, Barcelona. Relentless attacking. They are the masters of their own craft, really, if you like. And that ticky-tacky sort of football that really has gone out of, that we all thought was never going to be fashionable for too long. Barcelona still making it fashionable despite having different managers. As I said, they've been ripping it up in La Liga, although most of the teams, at least 3/4 of the teams in La Liga, are not competitive against the bigger likes in Spain. Your Barcelonas, your Real Madrids and your Atletico Madrids and Valencias in the world. But we're still at 0-0 here, and that's to Chelsea's own credit, and that is a feather in their cap, because they've done really well so far to limit the damage at the moment. And at 0-0 anything can still happen. Free kick against Chelsea. Rudiger, the man, penalised. Well, there was a little bit of a shirt tugged down on Paulinho, that has to be said. Barcelona, well, we have seen in knockout Champions League football over the past few years, do make a habit of simulating play a little bit, trying to win free kicks that are non-existent, and they've always conned the referee. They lost 4-0 at this stage a year ago against PSG, and everybody thought that the team was dead and buried, and then they came back with a controversial 7-2 victory, I think, or something or other, at the Nou Camp. But there were 3 or 4 controversial goals. Here's Messi, though, trying to play the ball back, and then the deflection will favour Thibaut Courtois, who takes the ball rather coolly. And this was a decent play again for Barcelona. He holds his head. The Mercurial Argentinian. Still 0-0 here. The problem is, because Barcelona are keeping possession and they play very ticky-tacky and going sideways every so often, sometimes, although their play is quite pretty to watch and it is on the eye, they're not going towards goal enough for me at the moment. And we want to see goal-mouth activity, we want to see goal-mouth action all the time. Can Messi make something happen? He has to go back to Rakitic, though. To be fair to Chelsea, they've defended really well. Suarez has now dropped deep a bit now and finds Iniesta. And they just keep a possession at will here, Barcelona. What else are they supposed to do? Because Chelsea are just stifling them now, defending from the front. They need to. Antonio Conte could take a little bit of heart from the fact that he played a similar team in Spain a couple of years ago in the European Championships and did them 2-0 in a never to be forgotten last 16 game. Same that England bowed out against Iceland. Suarez now in the 24th minute, 24.5 minutes gone, and the back heel, attempted back heel, and in the end there was a little slip over there by Moses. I know there was a foul there by Luis Suarez on Victor Moses, and it was a clear push. I don't think Suarez had any need to do that whatsoever. He could complain to Uruguayan, but I'm sure that was a clear push. No defence of that. So 25 minutes just over gone, and still we remain goalless. Wasn't the best goal kick away by Courtois. Now Rakitic, 25 yards from goal. Finds Busquets down to Iniesta. Iniesta loses it out this time. Alba to win the next ball. Then Iniesta wins the ball back again. Finds Samuel and Titi. They're keeping possession really well here, Barcelona. There's no doubt in that. They have a really good team in their armour. Now Messi, 25 yards to the left of the penalty area from goal. just keeping possession and keeping it up well. They're not letting Chelsea have any opportunity to have a little touch of the ball at the moment. They're just prepared to absolutely pass it around the Stamford Bridge pitch. And their fans now making a bit of noise inside Stamford Bridge here as Umtiti goes forward here for Barcelona. Still 0-0 with 26 minutes of the game gone. Remember, this is the first leg, the second leg to come in a fortnight at the Nou Camp Stadium in Barcelona. It's imperative Chelsea take a lead to that second leg, give themselves a real opportunity to defend any lead they may well get tonight. But they've got to beat Barcelona here on their own turf to stand any chance. Barcelona, the overwhelming favourites with the bookmakers. Odds-on favourites. Chelsea really were the remote outsiders in a two-horse race. So you look at the quality of their team compared to Barcelona's, and there's really, you could say, no contest between the two in all fairness to them. And that is a real sign of what Chelsea really are up against here tonight at Stamford Bridge. They are up against their masters. But remember, Chelsea have done it before against the star-studded Barcelona team. So they've done it before, and they could do it all over again. 27 minutes gone, but Chelsea actually have a throw, and they tried to take it too quickly down that side, and in fact a free kick has been given against Chelsea, and Umtiti went down, and William is absolutely furious with the referee's decision because he felt that Umtiti made a bit of a meal of this. Well, he struck his shoulder, but nowhere near his face. I think Samuel Umtiti made a bit more of it than it needed to be. I think we'll see quite a lot of that sort of theatrics during the forthcoming World Cup in Russia this summer. And I hope we don't get anything like that during the World Cup, because quite frankly, I don't like anything like that. Keep the theatrics to your own league or whatever, but we don't want them in the Europe's biggest competition. Nobody wants to see it. As the ball comes back to Courtois, just kicks up the field. It's a pet hate of mine. People simulated or trying to feign injury to win 3 kicks. It's a trait in this game that's been going on for years and years on end. And a lot of people don't realise that Francis Lee, of all people, who played for Manchester City for many years, older listeners might realise here as William goes down, and the yellow card out straight away from the Turkish referee. Rakitic is now going to be on his best behaviour now from now to the end of the first leg, because he is now walking a disappointingly tightrope. It's a 3 kick to Chelsea in a very promising position, and this really is a dangerous bit of territory here. Chelsea have been up against it for most of this first half. Now they've got an opportunity. Still 0-0. 29 minutes gone, and apologies, we have a fault in the stream at the moment. There's a frozen picture of Rakitic. Unfortunately, we can't tell you what's happening or what we're doing at the moment. We're having real difficulties here, and we've lost. I think we have lost the feed here from the game, and if we have, I do apologise. So we don't know what's happening here at Stamford Bridge at this moment in time. We are really struggling here with the game here. The commentary's now called into question because the live feed we have at the moment is not of substantial quality at the moment. We haven't got moving pictures, so we can't bring you anything at the moment, but we'll try and keep you up to date with what's going on up and down the country while we try and get the commentary back of the game, because we've got live stream. Still 0-0 back with 20 minutes gone, and at the moment we've got no goals between. We've had 31 minutes of the first half gone, and still 0-0. But we've lost the feed of the game, so we will endeavour to try and get that back for you. But meanwhile, elsewhere, it's still 0-0 between Bayern Munich. We're just going to check on the Football League as well, because we have Football League as well. We have really do apologise for this. It never happens, but we have had 31 minutes here. Hopefully that we won't miss a goal for you, but at the moment it's a bit frustrating if you're watching this game or you're trying to listen to the game. I do apologise to everybody. I really am sorry. These things are totally out of your control, and you get into a good rhythm as a commentator, and then all of a sudden, whack, it's out of your hands, and it's absolutely. I'm completely frustrated by it as a commentator, because I really want to bring you some football here, and at the moment we're not able to bring anything at the moment. But we can tell you that 33 minutes gone, it's still 0-0 here in this Champions League last 16 tie, and when we soon get the footage back, we'll get you the commentary back. So we will endeavour to keep going and make sure that we keep you updated with the scores as anything happens, and if anything does happen, we will let you know what happens at Stamford Bridge. But we have lost the commentary feed. We have lost the feed, and we've lost the commentary with it. So at the moment it's still 0-0, and at the moment we've at the moment we're still waiting for the pictures to come back, and as soon as we get pictures, we'll get back with the commentary properly from Stamford Bridge. So I do apologise for this. These things are totally out of one's control, and I hate it when these things happen. It does blow my mind how we endeavour to cover these games. But I can tell you now that with 10 minutes, with 31 minutes gone, it's still 33 minutes gone. Sorry, as we come up towards half time, it's still 0-0. We'll try and find out what's going on in Bayern Munich as well, between those two sides. At the moment, I can't see any breaking the score there, but we will come back, and we will get back to some football very, very shortly. But I do apologise. You know, these things are just out of my hands, unfortunately, but I want to get the pictures back, and I'm sure you want us to get the pictures back. As soon as we do get pictures back, we will keep commentating for you. But at the moment, I'm afraid to say that we are at the mercy of the internet at the moment, and at Sky, who provide our streams for their broadband, and at the moment they'll be getting another earful from me for their undoubted poor broadband service, because at the moment the service is absolutely atrocious at the moment. But we are back live with the game now. 35 minutes of the game gone, but you haven't missed a goal. That's the important thing. We have to tell you that now. The important thing is there's not been a goal scored. Chelsea have a throw. We are back live with the game now. The footage is back. So now, hopefully we'll have a trouble-free end to the first half here. As Hazard tries to turn, ends up going into a cul-de-sac. Keeps possession. And now the ball back again with Christensen. Chelsea have done really well, been as good as they've given so far in the game. And then Messi tangling on that near side with Rudiger. Kante in there very strongly. Messi gets the decision though. 36 minutes gone, still 0-0. And 0-0 it is. I don't think we've missed too much in the way of activity, although it has been a little bit slow going in this first 37 minutes. Last 16 of the UEFA Champions League from Stamford Bridge in London. Live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And what a game It promises to be, and the build-up to this has really been overshadowed by the cup exploits of Wigan last night, with Will Grigg scoring the late winning goal in that game to really give Wigan lift off as far as the FA Cup was concerned. As Barcelona ambled towards the penalty area, again Barcelona stifled them just for a minute. Now a chance here for Albert, steal it in and then just hacked behind by Victor Moses, and it will be a corner. Really is a tough. It was going to always be a tough night this from Chelsea when you think about it. Jordi Alba just sneaked in behind, and then Moses was shooting for all it's worth and got back well. As I say, we'll keep you abreast of all the other scores in the Football League up and down the country, the EFL. There's plenty of EFL action going on around the country tonight. But we'll bring you all that at our time as the header comes in from the corner. PK was right in there. He got the header and he's claimed his shirt has been pulled. But the referee disagrees. The ball comes in there. PK, well, it would have been the merest of, I have to say, it was the merest of touches on the shirt, and I don't think it was the right decision if he had given the penalty. In total fairness to him. 38 minutes of a really high octane first half to gone, but no goals to bring you, and at the moment it's been a bit slow going, and we've had problems with the stream as well, but we are trying to bring it to you as best we can. We are at the mercy of the stream at the moment as that through ball comes forward. We are back live with the action again. Fabregas trying to play a through ball towards Hazard. It didn't quite succeed. We're now into the 39th minute of the first half. 6 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Chelsea 0, Barcelona 0. This is Rakitic now just shy of halfway. Plays it out to Paulinho. Paulinho gets it back, and now PK finds Samuel Ntiti. Ntiti now back to PK, halfway inside their own half, and once again that ticky-tacky style again. They're starting just to stroke the ball up well here a little bit, but Chelsea not allowing them too much in the way of space here at the moment, which is a real testament to them and Antonio Conte's way to set up tactically and strategically against the Barcelona side that are really have been in the tops in La Liga, even though there are quite a lot of inferior teams in that particular league. So don't be fooled by Barcelona's league position. They do score plenty of goals, but it's a lot easier for them because of the calibre of opposition they do have to face week in and week out. Meanwhile, free kick against Rakitic, who now, remember, has to be careful because he's on a yellow card. And he did take out Alonso there. Rakitic, of course, on a yellow card. Barcelona can't afford to lose their playmaker. On ball forward, but Chelsea in there straight away. William edge of the area. William actually shot it in the post. William hit the post with his right-footed shot to the left of the knee, smashed it in superbly well, and it went ping off the post. And Chelsea, who haven't really threatened too much for the majority of this first 40 minutes, came the closest to scoring. William with a superb right-footed shot, the goalkeeper beating a mile, and Conte knew it was almost there. He was about to celebrate, and the ball agonisingly bangs off the post, and somehow Barcelona survive with their goal still intact. Chelsea 0, Barcelona 0, 4 minutes to go to half time plus stoppage time. Barcelona losing possession, Alonso winning it, and winning it well, and also winning well a free kick. Barcelona now, after a lot of possession, all of a sudden now are under defensive cost. It was a foul here by Roberto bringing him down there, and the free kick Now what's he doing here? I think the referee's deciding that it was too quick. I've got to be totally honest. Why would the referee want to do that? For a start, just doesn't seem right to me. As the shot comes in over the top, the free kick was taken quickly, and then Hazard from about 20 odd yards spied over the top, and a goal kick to Chelsea, to Barcelona rather. We are still having technical issues with the commentary with the stream here, but no doubt that Hazard had the shot, and over the top of the crossbar it went. Still 0-0. Here goes Suarez through the centre, but 2 Chelsea defenders were there first. 30% Chelsea, 70% possession Barcelona, 6 attempts to 3 in Chelsea's favour, 1 on target. But the 1 on target wasn't the one that Willian smashed the post with. Courtois smashes it away though for Chelsea. We're deep into the closing stages of the first half. We will take a 5-minute break at half time and then come back with all the latest scores from around Europe and the country, of course, with the EFL full programme of fixtures in the Championship tonight, as Ntiti gets the ball forward, but Willian now wins possession, finds Moses on that right hand side, back in field to N'Golo Kante. Chelsea's turned out to try and keep the ball, and in the end the final ball there just wasn't good enough. We're deep into the last 2 minutes of normal time at the end of the first half, and remarkably Chelsea are holding Barcelona here and holding them quite well at 0-0, and they've really given it a good goal tonight. A lot of people didn't give them much of a price. I'm sure every bookmaker would have said Barcelona odds-on favourites, but at the moment, to Chelsea's immense credit, they are keeping this star-studded Barcelona team well and truly at bay, and that's a testament to how they played today in the 44 minutes that we've been going here tonight. And here come Barcelona again. Messi trying to get possession. The little Argentina, the little wizard, and he gets the ball once again. Messi, edge of the D, now plays the ball back in. Roberto finds Messi. Messi now, and now Busquets to Sergio Roberto. Roberto with the cross into the penalty area, nodded out. Last 30 seconds plus stoppage time of the first half still remain. Rakitic, who's now got to be wary because he's on a yellow card. Roberto now plays it infield to Busquets. Busquets through the centre, plays the ball into Messi with a magician now. Messi tries to run at the defenders, and again well marshalled again by that Chelsea defence. Did really, really well. Deep into the last seconds of the first half. We've played 45 minutes. We're now into stoppage time, and the referee decides we're only going to have about 5 or 6 seconds of time added on at the end, because that's the half-time whistle here. So we've played 45 plus 5 seconds, and Chelsea, to their eternal credit, have given Barcelona a real fright. 0-0, but the closest we've come to a goal was a 25-yard spectacular right-footed effort by Willian just to the left of the D that smashed off the post. But so far so good for the Chelsea guys. They do need to score though if they're going to keep their chances alive of going into the new camp and then defending that lead there. But at the moment they've done themselves no harm at all. They've given themselves every opportunity to really go for it in the second half. No goals here at Stamford Bridge. We're going to take 5 minutes with a scoreline here in the half time in this first leg of the last 16 of the Champions League. It's Chelsea 0, Barcelona 0. Welcome along back to Stamford Bridge for second half commentary of Barcelona against Chelsea in the UEFA Champions League, and what a game that promises to be. Absolutely, what an absolute brilliantly balanced second half we have in store for you here. 0-0 from the first half. Wasn't the best of first half, it has to be said, although Barcelona spent most of it just playing that ticky-tacky football, but they were going from one side of the field to the other with no direction towards goal. Will we see something different in the second half? But Chelsea, to be fair, have been very resolute. They've been very disciplined. They've been very, very cagey. They came the closest, incidentally, to scoring just before half-time with Williams' crisp 25-yard shot with his right foot that just smashed the left-hand post of Ter Stegen and bounced away. So 45 minutes of the first leg to go, and what a performance this could be. From Chelsea, as the maroon shirts of Barcelona prepare to kick off the second half. Antonio Conte's men 45 minutes away, if they can get their noses in front, with a lead possibly to take to Stamford Bridge in 3 weeks' time. And off we go now with the second half. Barcelona in the maroon shirts attacking the goal to our left. Chelsea now attacking the Matthew Harding stand to the right. This is entity now for Barcelona. Finds Jordi Alba. Alba then turns it on. Iniesta in towards Suarez. Suarez turns away, but then it hits Azpilicueta and it's cleared away for a throw-in to Barcelona. And still we have 0-0. And I feel that this game could be a really good game. Just to remind you, the teams: Chelsea with Courtois in goal, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Runninger across the back. Then it's Moses, Fabregas, Kante and Alonso and Willian, Hazard and Pedro, the furthest men forward. The substitutes for Chelsea's Caballero, the goalkeeper, Drinkwater, Morata, Giroud, Zabacosta, Cahill and Hudson-Odoi, as Barcelona come squeaking forward. The crossing towards the penalty area, but it's past the goal, past the face of goal and behind. As we look at the Barcelona team, Ter Stegen in goal, and then it's Sergio Roberto, Piqué, Umtiti and Jordi Alba across the back. Then it's Busquets, Rakitic and Iniesta, Paulinho, Messi and Suarez. On the substitutes for them, Kalisson the goalkeeper, another Suarez, Dembele, Dignan, Andre Gomez, Alex Vidal and Vermaelen, as well as Messi now comes towards the edge of the penalty area, and then he's hounded out by Christensen. Still 0-0. Around about 2 minutes of the second half played. Oh, nearly 2 minutes of the second half play, I should say. Here's Busquets out towards the far side, and Roberto keeps possession and then just finds Rakitic, who's carrying a yellow card, don't forget, so he's got to be wary of any more challenges that come in thick and fast. He can't afford to make any mistakes now. Still 0-0. This is Iniesta now to the left of the D. Back to Alba. Alba in turn to the captain Iniesta. Tries to play it in towards Luis Suarez, and did well there. Azpilicueta, good defending there, and in fact Chelsea get the throw and a little bit of respite for them. So there we go, 0-0. You're not missing anything at the moment, but really, Barcelona red hot favourites. I was looking at one of the bookmakers' websites in the half-time interval, incidentally, that Suarez is now Messi's 11-4 now to score the first goal with Coral, which is a bookmaker in the United Kingdom. Here he is Well, Robert Iniesta strikes it left-footed and strikes it wildly wide of the post, and a goal kick to Chelsea. So a real opportunity there. Good opening there for the captain. Just didn't catch hold of it with his left foot, and it went flying past way past the left-hand post of Thibaut Courtois and out of harm's way, really, for a goal kick which has already been taken. But it's back again with Barcelona, and now knock it to the other goalkeeper, DeAndre De Stegen, who's in an all-green goalkeeping kit this evening, as Iniesta gets possession, finds the aforementioned Messi. Suarez is up ahead of him. Messi's just drifted out to the right now. Kante sticking to him like super glue here and doing well. Great defending there by Chelsea. Now they've won possession and then they've lost it again, rather stupidly, but then they went it back again. And now Barcelona got a bit of defending to do here if they can play this right, Chelsea. Willian gets possession now. Can Victor Moses make something happen on that right hand side? And the inside as we look here. Still 0-0 in this evenly poised Champions League last 16 tie. Remember, it's over 2 legs. The second leg at the Nou Camp, I believe, in 3 weeks' time rather than a 2 weeks' time, because next week we've got the FA Cup replay. We've got the FA Cup replays. The ball played in towards the penalty area. The referee wanted, had a look at it. There was more appeals from the Chelsea fans than anything else, and then as a result the Turkish ref has given a free kick against Chelsea midway inside the Barcelona half, and nothing given. Well, it's a little clumsy maybe from Titi looking at the replay, but there wasn't too many great appeals really from the Chelsea players, and maybe that was going to sway the referee's mind not to give the penalty, I suppose. So fair play to the referee, but there weren't too many great appeals by the Chelsea players, which is always a telltale sign, I suppose, in that respect, as Messi is fouled again. Marcos Alonso just hacking him down a bit. No yellow card. We've had 5 minutes of the second half. Still 0-0. Not been a classic, but there's still time for it to come to the boil. Free kick again against Azpilicueta. The Turkish referee trying to referee it as sensibly as he possibly can. A little foul there on Iniesta. Just has hold of him there, and that's enough for the referee to give a decision. Azpilicueta needs to be careful. Doesn't want to give the referee an option to give free kicks against him. Barcelona do have a reputation for making a meal of things on free kicks and penalties and things like that. They do tend to simulate quite a bit, certainly in Champions League when they're desperate and looking for some result. As Rakitic plays that out towards the far side, and Jordi Alba in a lot of space on the left hand side finds Iniesta, who at any time finds Busquets, who's probably the biggest play actor in the Barcelona team out of the lot of them. Certainly has that certain reputation. His father was a goalkeeper for Barcelona. He famously played in that European Cup Winners' Cup final back in 1991 against Manchester United. He came into the side in place of Zubizarreta and was beaten by 2 goals from Mark Hughes, one from a very acute angle after Mark Hughes had gone past his dad, and fired him from the most acute angle with anybody you'll ever see in a European final. And that really changed everything for Sir Alex Ferguson that night. And you haven't missed anything there. A big opportunity there for Barcelona, but didn't come to anything there. Still 0-0. Here's Willian picking the ball up, but Barcelona winning the ball back, and now Iniesta to Rakitic. Rakitic still going. Now Alba in a bit of space. Jordi Alba now into Rakitic again. They're just slowing it down again, and it is a little bit frustrating when you're trying to commentate and It is a very, very slow burner what Barcelona do, but they do it perfectly. Halber now play the ball towards the edge of the area. Now then, the tricky Messi not going to be fooled there. Christensen. Then Messi crosses in again. It's a poor cross by his high standards. And Roberto does well. Sergio Roberto keeps it going. Still 0-0 here. Amazingly here between Chelsea and Barcelona in the last 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Not been the best fluent commentary we've ever done on the YouTube channel. We've had problems, but at the moment we haven't really had too much in the way of clear-cut opportunities in the game. Barcelona can play all the pretty football they want, but at the moment if it's not yielding any chances, then you have to say, what is the point? And really, I have to say, Barcelona really, for all their possession, are really having no penetration whatsoever, and that's a frustration for them and their manager. But for Antonio Conte, it really does play into their hands, really. With 10 minutes gone in the second half, if Chelsea can just nick a goal, 2-0 Bayern Munich lead against 10-man Besiktas, it's looking very, very tough going now for the Turkish side there in Munich, and it's probably going to be a case of how many will they lose by come the end of tonight, which probably will deem the second leg in Turkey in about 3 weeks' time rather. As we just see Suarez again, that's actually a very good save from Thibaut Courtois. Really was a good save. Haven't really seen much of Suarez as an attacking force throughout the game, as Hazard chases down the right hand side, and he was surely tricked there by Piqué, and the referee said no. I have to say, Hazard was bundled off the ball a little bit there by the Barcelona defender, but the referee was in no mood to give the decision. In fairness to the referee, there was no great appeals from many of the Chelsea players. It has been a tough competitive game, but really very little in the way of goal-mouth activity. Chelsea get the free kick to Barcelona's dismay, but the referee was adamant. Antonio Conte looks on with a little bit of worry. It was a clumsy challenge on Hazard by Ntiti. Was very clumsy indeed. Just to remind you that the football doesn't stop here on this YouTube channel. Saturday is our next appointment for Premier League action. The Clarets Match Live returns at 2:50 in the afternoon. Kick-off 3 o'clock, Burnley against Southampton from Turf Moor. And then at Wembley on Sunday with we'll be on the air about 4:10, 4:30 kick-off from Wembley. The 2018 Carabao League Cup final between Arsenal, who conquered Chelsea in the semi-finals of that competition, and Manchester City, who dream of the quadruple certainly went up in flames when Will Grid was definitely setting everything on fire last night with that winning goal inside the last 20 minutes. Will Grid was on fire, and he also set Manchester City's quadruple hopes up in flames with it. No pun intended, of course. Piqué's conceded the throw over on the far side, and still it remains goalless here at Stamford Bridge. And there's no doubt at all that these two teams have really given a good account of themselves. It's been a little bit of a battle royale in terms of the football. It has been rather sluggish in the midfield areas. It has to be said. It's out of play for a throw-in. Barcelona inevitably in their own unique style take the throw very quickly and then just slow the pace down at the moment. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not been a classic. We saw that cup tie at Rochdale the other day. That was an absolute classic between them and Tottenham. Plenty of proper action. That was a proper committed cup tie. But here's Suarez now. Suarez down the left hand side does well to pirouette from 2 Chelsea defenders, and he wins his team a corner. Victor Moses getting back and snapping at him. Now that's the sort of commitment we want to see in Champions League football. Suarez turned Christensen one way, but Victor Moses, the professional he is, he's one of those no-nonsense players that will get the dirty stuff done, because we come up towards an hour gone in the game. Remember, it's Joe with two legs, so nothing's decided tonight. Rakitic with the corner, near side, in towards the 6-yard area, but well taken, terrifically well for Forest players by Thibaut Courtois. And here come Chelsea now on the counter-attack, but the attack breaks down, the ball back to De Stegen, and it still remains goalless here, that is for sure. So 0-0 still here at Stamford Bridge. 2-0 to Bayern Munich against Besiktas. And still anyone's game in this one, certainly here at Stamford Bridge tonight, that is for sure. Remember, it's still 0-0. And here comes Messi again through the Mendel, finds Iniesta towards the edge of the area, chips it in there towards the penalty area. Well read beautifully by Azpilicueta. Now what's the referee given here? I think he's given a corner. The player stopped for a second. I thought the referee had pointed for something, a handball perhaps, but Azpilicueta read it well. Now did the ball go out of play? Well, it's hard to tell from the first angle we've seen it from. This will give. I've just seen it near the touchline. Yeah, just drifts out of play. I think the referee was right to give the decision. There's the extra assistance on the by the goalpost as well. The magic ones as Rakitic kicks the corner, and again Courtois. Again, no great pressure, but he did really well. Took the ball, put it out the air, and again Chelsea on the counter attack. It's 3 against 3 for the moment, and here they come leading the charge. And it's Hazard playing it forward towards Willian, and he's picked him out absolutely majestically. Now he plays it back to Moses on the right hand side, back in field to Fabregas to Kante now for Chelsea towards the edge of the penalty area. Now Pedro has it, the former Barcelona man, finds Alonso now, Hazard in support. Hazard has it on the left hand side. Chelsea building an attack now. Barcelona with 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 back. Here's Alonso now to Pedro, to Fabregas, gets it onto his right foot, has the shot, and it's rather scuffed wide of the far post of De Stegen, although it did get a deflection, and it will be a Chelsea corner. And it just gets a little nick there, I think, off Iniesta or maybe Samuel Umtiti, and it is a corner now. And what an opportunity for Chelsea to take the lead. It's a short corner from Alonso to Hazard. What can the little magician do here? Plays it out to Willian, who wasn't picked up. Willian gets the shot and it's in! It's from the bottom corner! He's found the right-hand corner! And Chelsea against all the odds take the lead at Stamford Bridge against Barcelona! Willian! They didn't pick him up on the edge of the D! He struck it from about 20-odd yards! And Stamford Bridge erupts! De Stegen, from the moment he left his right foot, never had a chance. Chelsea 1, Barcelona 0, and Chelsea have scored a priceless goal here. Takes it out from under his feet. They didn't close him down. He went through a forest of legs and into the net he went. De Stegen never saw it until very, very late, and in he went. We have lift off here at Stamford Bridge. A goal in this big game for Chelsea. This could be the game that makes and breaks their season. And Antonio Conte has got it right tactically. And they've come on and they've dared to attack. They failed to pick up William Barcelona, and they've paid the ultimate price. You can play all the pretty football you want, but if you don't make any use of that possession, and my goodness, Barcelona had about 75% possession here tonight. And if you don't make that possession tell, invariably you get punished. And boy, did Chelsea punish them and made them pay big big time. Chelsea 1, Barcelona 0, 63.5 minutes almost gone. And what a moment for Willian. A superb 20-yarder with his right foot. It curled just to the right of the D when he struck it. Paulinho has come off and Alex Vidal has come on. So Barcelona reacted straight away to conceding that goal. So Barcelona made their first substitution of the match. And now they're a goal down. They must score. Well, they don't need to score, but it would do them a good if they could get back on parity. But what a psychological blow that could well be against them now by Chelsea. If they could get a second, my goodness, they will have a good leg to take back to go to the Nou Camp with in about 3 weeks from now. And you'll be able to hear that game live on the YouTube channel. I tell you what now, it was evenly poised at 0-0. It's even more poised now at 1-0 Chelsea with 64 minutes of the first leg gone. Willian with the goal. And here's Iniesta now down the left for Barcelona. Plays it in towards Jordi Alba. Back to Iniesta again. They must come forward now, Barcelona. Here's Messi. Messi now to Rakitic, who's on a yellow card, remember. Now then, can Roberto do something here? And Barcelona, Vidal has gone down in a heap. I think it was an innocuous challenge. I have to be honest, I don't think there was much in it at all. I don't think the referee was being fooled by that. Here's Messi. Messi now to Suarez. Suarez now picks out Alba on the left hand side. Cross comes in. Chelsea defend it very well. All hands on deck now defensively for the Chelsea guys. PK now 1-0. Can Chelsea hold on? Barcelona now playing with a bit more urgency. They need to now if they're going to get back to the Nou Camp in 3 weeks time with on parity and an away goal to boot. Here's Suarez towards the edge of the area and he tried to take on too many all-comers, and in the end he ran straight into Victor Moses. He wasn't falling for that, wasn't falling for any contract that Suarez may have had up his sleeve. Rakitic then dawdling about in the centre circle. Williams snapping at him like a shark. And here come Barcelona once again. Well, the goal was giving us a real blue touch paper lit up here. He just really likes to pick a blue touch paper. This is Alba. Into Suarez. Suarez can't turn deep inside the Chelsea half now we are. And here is Iniesta to Busquets. Busquets now on to Rakitic and he plays it towards Messi. And the little man, the little magician trying to make something happen now. They need something from him now. Here he is again. Or rather, I should say Vidal is. This is Vidal from Roberto's pass. With Vidal rather. I'll get my teeth back in at some point here. Here's the ball biting. Here's Messi now, edge of the area. Messi trying to feint and trying to pirouette and get the shot in. He's found Alba on the left hand side. Alba plays the ball in. Alba feels for a handball or something there. And Chelsea get it out for a throw in. I think they were trying to appeal maybe against hands for Azpilicueta. I think that's what Alba was inquiring to the referee. Play on, and says the referee, this is Busquets. He tries to play a 1-2. So far, Barcelona 1-0 down here at Stamford Bridge in the last 16 of the Champions League first leg. Samuel Umtiti, the French international, comes forward once again. This really is a cracking little tie we've got our hands on now. This is Messi now, 25 yards from goal, just to the right of the D. Plays it infield to Busquets, who plays it to the left hand of the D now. And Iniesta back to Busquets now. Real opportunity for Vidal to get across it, and he has done so. Alba tries to get on the end of it, and it's out for a throw. And Chelsea survive. My word. That is brilliant. That was absolutely heart in the mouth stuff. That was for sure. Still 1-0. As Chelsea again look to defend this 1-goal lead given to them with a superb 20-yard daisy cutter curler. That's given a real lift off here. Manchester United in action tomorrow against Sevilla. What a game that promises to be. It's a tough one for United. It'll be a tough assignment for Manchester United as they look to win a third European Cup to add to the fourth European Cup. They won it 3 times before in 68, 99 and 2008. The 2012 winners Chelsea on the attack now. And here is Willian, edge of the area, the goal scorer, whose goal might decide the first leg, and then the attempted clearance ricocheted back off him and it favoured to stay. And I think it's hit Willian in the face, the attempted clearance. I think it was Ntiti who hit the ball straight back at him. Indeed it did, and then it just cannoned away. But oh my word, we're now 21 minutes from the end, so anything could still happen. Still 1-0, and what a game it really has been this afternoon this evening really, between two great sides. Arsenal in European action on Thursday night in the Europa League. They're 3 up already, so they probably rest players in preparation for the Carabao Cup final on Sunday, a game you can hear from 4 o'clock here on the YouTube channel. And really, there is really that should be a great cup final. Just back underway again now. Nothing. You've not missed anything at all. Don't worry about the pauses. Sometimes you've got to take a breather when you're commentating on somebody like Barcelona, and I don't commentate on them quite a lot, as I tend to give you I always give my commentaries on the domestic league in England. So some of the European teams, although I do enjoy Barcelona's style of play, don't get the opportunity to commentate on them that much. So it's a rare opportunity for me to cover this tonight, and I'm enjoying the I'm enjoying the tippy-tappy, but it's not going anywhere fast. I've been very disappointed with the way Barcelona's end product has been tonight. They have been very disappointed, but near Suarez, and that's another poor ball, and in the end Rudiger just gets it away, and he finds Willian superbly. That was pinpoint accuracy, but obviously given away now, and Iniesta takes it up 10 yards inside the Chelsea half. 1-0 to Chelsea. Willian the goal scorer. What a moment that was. And the whole Stamford Bridge, the roof caved in big time. The roof was ripped off big time by the noise and the vigour of Stamford Bridge. We're just seeing some substitutes there for Barcelona warming up. Meanwhile, Willian is having to come off the field. He's got an injury. He's got a bloodied nose. And the Chelsea medical staff there, we used to call them physios, and in the even older days it used to be trainers, for any older listeners listening in. And here's Lionel Messi to finds Busquets. Now Iniesta to the left of the D. Alba on the left hand side crosses it into the edge of the D. There surely must be a foul there. Chelsea player went completely flying to the floor there, but the referee was happy that there was nothing untoward. There was no foul. Here's Alba again. Still 1-0 to Chelsea. Here's Iniesta, the captain extraordinaire for Barcelona. Can't thread the ball through. Here's Willian now back on the field after his blood treatment. And then surely a high foot there by one of the Barcelona players, but nothing given. But Chelsea have won possession, however, and now they have a chance here to attack here with Pedro on halfway. Pedro moving forward, has got Alonso up ahead, but in the end Pedro forced to concede the throw to Barcelona, who now really needs, well, not snookers, but Hazard's given a free kick away. They can't afford to make mistakes like that by Chelsea. They can't afford to give little niggly 3 kicks away in that sort of fashion. Still 1-0. And still 1-0 as here's Willian now on the break now for Chelsea. It's 4 against 2 and Willian surely taken out, but the referee not allowing it. And Barcelona get away with it still. Well, I've just thought for a moment. As we're still at 1-0 here. And Barcelona wanted a penalty. Suarez felt he was tripped, but gets the bird instead from the Chelsea support. That's a strange ball to play. And then Iniesta's picked it up. Real opportunity for Barcelona, and it's in. And it's Lionel Messi from 7 yards. And Barcelona have pounced on a bit of mistake. A massive mistake by the Chelsea defence. Iniesta on the left-hand side sees it on the loose ball, which was given away by Chelsea. He played the ball back across the area, and from a little under, no more than 10 yards out to the left of the penalty spot, in came the maestro, Lionel Messi, to make it 1-1, and an away goal to boot. And the ball back, and that's a super finish with his left foot. It's a cracking goal. And we have an equaliser here in the last 16. There's the cross back from Iniesta. And with the left foot, Lionel Messi just strokes it past Thibaut Courtois. And Antonio Conte is fuming. But Barcelona are delighted. And Lionel Messi, the maestro extraordinaire, has made it 1-1. And now Chelsea's joy has now certainly been short-lived. That is for certain. And it's 1-1. It is a big mistake by the Chelsea defence, and you don't give opportunity like that to get punished like that. That is for sure. And it's 1-1. So 1-1 then, and Willian still having his face attended to, I'm afraid. It is a sickening sight, really. Poor old Willian, whose goal looked as if it was going to give Chelsea lift off here in this last 16, but then a mistake in the Chelsea defence has really cost them massively. And a free kick to Chelsea. Foul here by, no, it was Suarez. Well, I don't think that's a penalty. I think Suarez has made a meal of it, and I don't think he's got any just cause. And yes, quite rightly so, the Turkish referee taking exception to the dissent of Luis Suarez, and that's the sort of nasty streak he has in his game. He's a terrific footballer, as we all know, but a nasty streak. I'm surprised FIFA didn't ban him for good 4 years ago. And we're not, and it's not Crystal Palace that's a playing, it is Chelsea. I can tell you that now. I apologise for having Crystal Palace's badge on there, but it is Chelsea, so we'll change that back on the screen for you. Here's Willian now, edge of the penalty area. Moses in a bit of space to the right of the area. Well, he gets the shot in. Moses tries the shot, and did that stay in? Yes, it did. No, it didn't. It's a goal kick to Barcelona. So just to pause in the commentary a little bit because we're having to get our breath back. As Asperqueta meanwhile has given away a free kick. 1-1 here, 2-0 in Munich, but Bayern Munich over 10-man Besiktas. But Barcelona now have the advantage. They have that away goal. Don't forget the away goals do count after the second leg in the Champions League. In fact, Bayern Munich have now extended their lead to 4-0 now over Besiktas. And it looks as if Bayern Munich are as good as in the last 8 of the European Cup now, for absolutely sure. PK with the header now, and then the header and then the ball back to goalkeeper Ter Stegen. Both goals that have gone in tonight, both keepers have not stood much of a chance as Suarez tries to get away. He's got away from his man, but illegally, says the referee. And Suarez has just got to watch his gob, because any more dissent and he's off the field, because he's already been booked for dissent, and he's got to watch his mouth. Meanwhile, Chelsea take the free kick quickly towards the edge of the Barcelona penalty area, and it's headed away to safety here. And now here comes Messi, but he's then taken out rather possibly crudely down halfway by Rundiger. In fact, it wasn't Messi, it was somebody else. It's Sergio Roberto, I beg your pardon. Well, he gets the ball for me. I think Roberto makes a little bit of a meal of that. You see, no, he gets the ball for me, Rundiger. I think that is an awful decision from the referee, and he's booked him as well to add insult to injury. Nothing dangerous in that tackle at all. But there you are, free kick to Barcelona. Still 1-1. 10 minutes of the second half remain plus stoppage time, but this is not the end of the tie, because we have a second leg in 3 weeks' time away at the Nou Camp, and Chelsea, believe it or not, have gone to the Nou Camp in a 2-legged tie and have scored 2 away goals in the past. Remember Torres 5 years ago? Gary Neville went 6 years ago. Gary Neville went absolutely crazy when they equalised, and they went through to the European Cup final that night, and they played Bayern Munich, and we were in 8 minutes of losing it, and then Didier Drogba was the hero, late equaliser, then sank the winning penalty in the shootout in Munich, to scenes of unbridled joy as Willian now goes through the centre. He's got Hazard now to the right of the D. Hazard now has got it all to do though. Finds Victor Moses. Moses touches it back. Still good football this from Chelsea. They're just going to keep possession. Just be patient. Wait for the chance to come. Asperqueta now plays it in field. Fabregas, that's a good ball in behind. Pedro is in there. Little cross in there, deflected. Chelsea claim a corner, and they've got it. Although Untiti was not very impressed with the refereeing decision, one has to say. Now, did the ball cross the line? Well, we won't get a chance here. It's the ball towards the far post, headed back, and in the end, Rakitic hooks it out. We've played 82 minutes of the game, and still 1-1. And here comes Suarez. Suarez is tripped. Free kick to Barcelona. Rakitic wanted to get on with it, but there's going to be a substitution. Morata's going to come off, and in his place is number 11, Eden has Pedro rather. So Pedro off and Alvaro Morata on. Still 1-1 here. You're not missing anything, by the way. Remember, Bayern Munich 4 up in Munich against Besiktas. And of course, we'll try and keep you abreast of all the EFL scores as we get them. We just haven't had a chance, really. The second half has just flown by at a rate of knots. We're going to try and keep you up to date now with the EFL scores, because we do have a a result. We do have some scores in the championship, which we want to draw attention to at the moment. It's just the way the game has gone at Stamford Bridge tonight. We just haven't had a chance to get the scores in edgeways, but there is a full programme anyway. We'll bring you abreast of what's happening there in just a second, as Moses tries to flick that ball on. It's hooked away once again. Chelsea now. They probably need to score again to give themselves a real opportunity of really upsetting the odds in the Nou Camp Stadium in 3 weeks' time. The ball out of play is a Chelsea throw. Right, championship scores. Aston Villa 1, Preston 1, Barnsley 1, Burton 2, Brentford 0, giving Birmingham a tonking. 4-0 they lead at Griffin Park. Middlesbrough 3, Hull 1, Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Nottingham Forest 0, Reading 1. What a result that could be for Yap Stam's team. Sheffield United 2, QPR 1, and Bolton Wanderers 1, Sunderland 0. And Sunderland are on the cusp of being bottom of the championship. They were bottom of the Premier League a year ago. Now they could be bottom of the Championship. A club in real turmoil. Meanwhile, back at Stamford Bridge here, we have a free kick with just over 5 minutes to go. William behind it. Antonio Conte hoping and possibly praying here. Christensen is forward. Morata's in there too. William goes to the far side, in fact. Now then, what can Hazard do here? Still 1-1. Here's Moses trying this right-footed shot, gets a deflection, they claim a corner, and Chelsea don't get the decision. I have to say, he did take a nick off a Barcelona player, and Antonio Conte is absolutely livid with the officials here, because Moses' shot gets a big deflection there off Piqué. Well, sorely fought, but the Turkish referee is booked him for dissent. He's booked Morata for nothing. It's a joke decision. It's a joke decision from the Turkish referee. I cannot believe that's not a corner. Absolutely scandalous decision from the referee, and then even more scandalous is to book the player. And if you're still doing that in the next 10 minutes, whoever you are, please stop it. Otherwise, you will be taken off. You will be taken off. And you will not appear on this channel ever again. So stop these silly little comments right now. We know what you're doing. Don't do it. Stop it right now. Anyway, back to the game. And here come Barcelona looking to try and nick another away goal. Still 1-1. So Marissa Candelo, please stop it. I don't need Hotmail addresses. Comment on the game. Comment on the game. That's why we ditched the chat for a while, because people like you kept going on here and putting rubbish on here. We don't need it. Still 1-1 anyway. Back with the game. Remember, in the Championship, Sunderland are heading bottom as things stand. Can you believe that? Sunderland bottom of the table. It's unbelievable stuff. But at the moment, it's 1-1 and the ball on halfway. Here's Hazard. 3 minutes of the match to go. Can Chelsea... I mean, a draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world as far as Chelsea are concerned here. And that looked a soft decision against Christensen there. There are two players, Barcelona players lying prostrate on the ground. One of them is Suarez, the other one is Jordi Alba. This was Moses. There wasn't much in it at all, and then Christensen was a little bit hard there on Suarez. I think Jordi Alba may have made a bit of a meal of that, to be fair. Maybe the Suarez one was a lot more tougher challenge. Alba predictably is back up on. No, they're both still down there. I for once my eyes were deceiving me. So while they're taking treatment, just to bring you just to bring you up to date with the Championship. So it really is a real shame that Chelsea caved in there and defensively went to sleep, played a very loose ball across their own edge of their own penalty area, and in the end Iniesta setting it up majestically, and a majestic finish there by the maestro Lionel Messi, who just means business. It's his 4th goal in 7 Champions League games. It's probably his latest return in Champions League football for quite some time, because he used to be the Champions League top scorer every other year. Meanwhile, the referee having words with Azpilicueta here. It's starting to kick off a little bit here. Meanwhile, in Munich, it's 5-0 to Bayern Munich against Besiktas. That tie is as good as dead now with a game to play away in Turkey. Meanwhile, this one is actually quite evenly poised, though Barcelona will have the edge. And that's another, that's a hard tackle, yellow card straight away from the Turkish referee. Busquets with a stupid challenge. And on another day, and in a Premier League game, he would have seen red for that. It was very high on the knee. And I have to say, in a Premier League game, he would have received a red card. He's lucky it's a UEFA match, and it's not a Premier League game, because I tell you something, that was an awful challenge by Busquets. He knew exactly what he was doing. That was a red card. If a referee in the Premier League would have given a red for that. Meanwhile, Chelsea now going forward to try and get the late goal here. We're deep into the last seconds of the normal time here, and then it's down to the 4th official on the near side, to the Turkish 4th official, to see how long we've got left. Here's Willian. The ball out. It's a Chelsea throw. 3 added minutes at the end of the game. The first leg, remember. What a finish here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. We'll be finished in about 5 minutes time. But what a match it has been for all of that. And a second leg to come in 3 weeks time should be absolutely superb. Here's Azpilicueta down the right hand side. Chelsea have really given as good as they've got here tonight, and should be proud of their efforts, despite conceding a silly, sloppy away goal that has given a 1-1 scoreline. Another foul there. Hazard this time, and there's going to be a 3rd substitution for Barcelona, and it looks as if Iniesta's night is run. He's taking the captain's armband off, and he's going to give it to Jordi Alba here. Maybe that'll be given to somebody else, I'm not sure, maybe Messi, but they're bowing to him. He was the man who got the assist. Seized upon a very loose pass by the Chelsea defence, and in came, and he allowed Lionel Messi to stroke home the equaliser from about 16 yards out, as Andre Gomez now takes the maestro's place. We've played almost halfway through the allotted 3 minutes, and I have to say I really have enjoyed the second half of this game. The first half really took a while to get going, and by the time it had got going, the first half was over. But Willian was probably, I'm going to give the JB man in the match to Willian. He's been probably the best attacking outlet on the field, and has created opportunities out of nothing really, whereas the likes of Messi and Iniesta have just punished mistakes by the Chelsea defence. But his goal was a touch of brilliance, and on another day that deserved to win any football match, let alone against Barcelona. We're now into the last minute of 3 at the end of the game. We leave you in about 4 or 5 minutes time, so there won't be any time to get a reaction that I need to. We are tight on time, and I'm absolutely out of voice commentating on a breathless second half, and I really do need to have a lie down and get my breath back, that is for sure. This is Barcelona on the attack with Suarez again, and really Chelsea, apart from that one mistake, have really been superb. Last 30 seconds of stoppage time, and showing that will be that Alaba to take the throw, and show Alba to take the throw. Here's Suarez, and here's an opportunity for Kante. Gets it back to Courtois. It was coolly done. Chelsea though, I don't think 1-1 would be the worst result in the world, although a away goal would be against them. High foot given. Conte is absolutely fuming. Again, not for the first time tonight. Got it absolutely right tactically, there's no doubt about that, but then in the end they contrived to give away a really soft goal which has been swept on by Messi. We played the 3 minutes. We're now 70 seconds over the allotted 3. I should have stressed also it's a minimum of, so we are playing time at the end, and there goes the full-time whistle from the Turkish referee. We played about 30 seconds over the allotted 3 in the end. And honours and even though Barcelona will be happier with the two teams because they've scored a crucial away goal. Willian gave Chelsea the lead with a super 20-yard daisy cutter from just to the left of the D, right to the D, found the bottom corner, made it 1-0, but then a mistake, a poor pass from the Chelsea defence, right across the road, edge of their own penalty area. Swept upon on the left of the penalty area by Iniesta. He pulled the ball back, and from 16 yards out, Lionel Messi stroked it home. Willian's goal was timed at 62 minutes. Messi's after 75. It was a really well fought second half, a really well fought contest. There's JB's man of the match is Willian, and he did really well. In the other game tonight, in the last 16 of the Champions League, Bayern Munich have more or less beaten Besiktas 5-0 in Munich. In the Championship, these are still latest scores. Bolton Sunderland's an 8 o'clock kickoff. These are heading towards their conclusion now. Villa 1, Preston 1. Drop points possibly for Villa. Preston have still got a chance in the playoffs. Barnsley 1, Burton 2. Stoppage time there. Burton on course for a big win. Brentford have now gone 5-0 up against Birmingham City and look like having a great night there from Steve Cottrell. You feel for him at the moment. Middlesbrough 3, Hull 1. Hull season gets even worse. Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. That's a real turn up for that one. Forest have equalised against Reading. Big goal in that game. Sheffield United still with a chance at the playoffs. They've more or less almost beaten QPR. And Bolton 1, Sunderland 0. That's your Championship scores, and that is that for this broadcast tonight. What a game. What a tremendous advert for Champions League football. The second half was absolutely superb. It looked as if Chelsea were on course for a famous victory tonight and a lead to take to the new camp in 3 weeks' time. But then a mistake thanks to Williams' 20-yard daisy cutter after 62 minutes. But then 15 minutes from the end, a mistake in the Chelsea defence allowed Iniesta to ghost in down the left-hand side of the penalty area, pulled the ball back, and Messi from about 70 yards out stroked it past Courtois, was wrong-footed into the corner, and Barcelona have snatched an away goal against Chelsea here, and now we'll head back to the new camp with an away goal in the bag and a parity for the second leg. What a game that's going to be in 3 weeks' time. The football doesn't stop on the JB Current YouTube channel for 2018. 2 more live games this week. On Saturday from 2:50, the Clarets Match Live returns, and Burnley, who have not won in 11 games, attempt to try and win at the 12th time of asking. They're still 7th remarkably. Sean Dyche's men are in action against Southampton. Fresh from a terrific cup victory against West Bromwich Albion. 2:50 for that one, 3 o'clock kickoff, and then on Sunday afternoon from 4:10 in the afternoon, kickoff at 4:30. We'll have all the build-up and all the big match action from the 2018 Carabao League Cup final between Chelsea's conquerors in the semi-final, Arsenal, and Manchester City, who can only now win realistically 3 trophies after Will Grigg knocked them out of the FA Cup last night. Superb performance. So those 2 games live on this YouTube channel. Hope to see you at the weekend. But what a game at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea will feel very disappointed that they couldn't make that opportunities count. But Barcelona, the old maestro Lionel Messi, bails them out once again. See you on Saturday. But until then, from me, JB, take care, and I'll see you on Saturday. Take care. Good night.